Welcome back. Today we are diving into a classic challenge, something that lives right at the heart of every smart business. How do you get the absolute best deal possible while also making sure it's completely bulletproof when the auditors come knocking? It's the ultimate negotiator's dilemma. I mean, think about it. You've just hammered out this incredible deal, right? You secured fantastic terms, saved the company a ton of money. You are feeling like a champion. But then that little voice creeps in, or maybe it's the louder voice from the finance department, asking, hey, is this compliant? Can we actually prove this was a good deal? That's the exact tension we're going to untangle right now. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at that high-stakes balancing act. Then, I'll walk you through a really simple four-step path to success. We'll use some real case studies so you can see it in action, and we'll wrap it all up with a checklist you can start using pretty much immediately. Now, to make this all feel real, we're not just going to talk in hypotheticals. We are going to ground this entire conversation in three very different but very real negotiation scenarios. So let's meet our players. We've got a complex Google Cloud Server deal, a kind of tricky company offsite booking, and a pretty standard laptop procurement. Now look at the different strategies they used, everything from bundling services to running formal RFQs. But the key thing, they all achieved a clear compliance win. We're going to keep coming back to. So, how do you make sure you can pull this off every single time? Well, the answer isn't some kind of secret handshake or negotiation voodoo. It's a framework, a simple, repeatable, four-part process that ensures you get that amazing value and stay totally compliant. And here they are, the four pillars of a truly audit-proof negotiation. It all starts with preparation. From there, you focus on value beyond price. Next, you create the essential paper trail. And finally, you wrap it up with proper governance. Let's break each one down. So, step one, preparation. Now, this isn't just about researching the vendor you're talking to. It's actually about knowing your own company's rules first. You know, in that company offsite example, the negotiator's first move wasn't calling a hotel to talk rates. It was getting 3 different quotes to satisfy the internal 3-quote rule. Policy always comes first. And that brings us right to our second step. See, once your process is aligned with policy, you can shift your focus from just haggling over the lowest price to getting the highest overall worth. And trust me, there's a huge difference. Just think about it this way. You know, anybody can argue about unit cost or volume discounts. That's negotiation 101. The real art is in negotiating for value. For that laptop deal, it meant bundling in extended warranties. For the company offsite, it was all about securing better cancellation terms, just in case. This is where you create real, lasting worth for the company. And just look at that massive Google Cloud deal. The winning strategy wasn't about grinding down the cost per server. No way. It was about negotiating valuable service credits and a way better support bundle. They totally changed the conversation from how much does it cost to what's the total value we're getting. And the results of that value-focused strategy? A clearly documented, totally audit-proof savings of a whopping 18%. That's a number that doesn't just prove the strategy works, it also makes the finance team very, very happy. Okay, on to step 3, and listen. This might be the most critical step for staying out of trouble. In the world of compliance and audits, there is one simple, unbreakable rule. If it is not written down, it simply did not happen. Your paper trail is everything. It's your proof. A good audit trail has got to include everything. I'm talking about the first email you sent, notes from your meetings, all the different quotes you got, and especially the final approvals. It has to tell the complete story of the deal, from A to Z, so that anyone, even someone who wasn't involved, can follow it and understand exactly what happened. And that leads us perfectly into our final step, governance. This is all about making sure the right people approve the right things at the right time. And this isn't just about bureaucracy. It protects the company from risk, and honestly, it protects you, the negotiator. And this isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. That laptop deal, for instance, required a clear segregation of duties, which is just a fancy way of saying the person requesting the purchase can't be the same person approving it. Makes sense, right? Meanwhile, for that super complex Google deal, they needed very specific sign-offs from both finance and IT security. It's all about bringing in the right experts at the right moments. So, now that we have the whole framework, let's boil it all down into a simple, actionable checklist you can use for your very next negotiation. Here are the 5 big questions you gotta ask yourself. 1. Are my savings clearly documented? 2. Did I follow the correct approval process?
3. Is there zero conflict of interest here? 4. Are all the terms we agreed on actually captured in the final contract? And finally, 5. Is my audit trail complete? If you can answer yes to all 5 of those, you have successfully navigated the negotiator's dilemma. So as you head into your next negotiation, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Are you just building a deal that's meant to win in the moment, or are you building a deal that's built to last, one that's celebrated, secure, and completely compliant long after the ink on the contract is dry? With this framework, you don't have to choose anymore. You can absolutely do both.